Hi, my name is Mallory Leitzman, and I'll be reading an excerpt from my newest piece, Life Moves Fast. Sullivan Davis was an obstinate man who rarely showed any emotion. He spent most of his time in the garden. His flowers were his children. He tended to them more than he tended to his own wife. Eva never minded it, as she counted on the flowers to make ends meet, and slowly gave her just enough affection to alleviate any desires to leave. Sully was a tall man, dark brown hair and eyes to match. His hands were thin, with long fingers used to cradle his crop and their gentle petals. So, you remember Irvin and Hap? They've grown a bit since you've last seen them, but they're every bit as sweet. Boys? Sully nodded, reaching out his thick arm and unnaturally skinny hands. Irvin and Happy rapidly stood up. Irvin grasped Sully's hand, first in a firm grip, surprised that he was matched by an equally as firm grip coming from such a delicate-looking hand. Happy grabbed it next. Not yet properly taught how to shake hands, his arm rippled like a rope as Sully shook his hand firmly once. Need to work on your handshake. Happy nodded. Yes, sir. Eva, why don't you get dinner on the table while I sit here and figure out what I'm going to do with these two while they're here? Eva hopped up and walked straight to the stove where a large pot sat with a small cloth over the top, just wide enough to cover it. The boys each swallowed their nerves and sat across from Sully. Sully assessed the brothers with a much different motive than Eva had. You're both pretty skinny, soft hands, but I see dirt. You two don't work much, do you? Lots of dirt but no calluses, lots of fooling around. The boys simultaneously looked down at their hands, suddenly self-conscious of something they had never even paid attention to before now. He was right. They hadn't worked. They weren't spoiled, but they weren't as broken in as Sully would have hoped. Sully leaned back and crossed his arms across his belly. He stroked his beard while continuing to judge the boys up and down as if reading the Sunday paper. We went to school and helped with the younger kids when our mother was busy. But you never held a tool or swung an axe. Who cut the firewood? Happy looked over at Irvin, who was already in response. No wood burning, just coal. Coal? How on earth did you have enough? Coal's been short and outdated since they rationed the life out of it. Couldn't have used oil? The blank stares on the boys' faces showed that they knew nothing that Sully was talking about. He leaned further in the wooden chair and looked over at Eva. How's it coming, Eve? Eva turned and smiled. Almost ready, dear. Just heating these beans and cornbread. Using that honey I bought, too. Thought this occasion was special enough. Special. Sully repeated the word as if it was the first time he had heard it. Oh, dear. I forgot it in the wagon. I'll go get it before it's solid in the cold. He turned his attention back towards the boys as Eva bounced again out the back door and towards the barn where Sully had stored the wagon earlier. Listen here. You two better hear it now from me than to learn it a way you won't like. We work here. We don't play. We don't get dirty for no reason. We don't look after the younger kids. We work and we work hard. You two will earn your keep here, and if you don't, I will see to it personally that you are out on the street so far down the road that you won't remember if you're north or south. We run a business, and it being our livelihood, we can't have rats like you putting any burdens on us financially. Get jobs when you come of age or get out. For now, you'll work for me. I understand you've been dealt a hand that even a counter couldn't conquer, but I am here to tell you that you will. Grieve at night, grieve with each other, but do not grieve in front of me. The boys remained scared as Aunt Eva ladled beans and cut cornbread. She spooned a small dollop of honey on each plate and filled their mugs with ice-cold water. The new family ate in silence after a brief grace prayer by Sully. Several times during the meal, the boys would glance at each other. Their nerves were coming back up their throats, and a soft layer of tears formed in Happy's eyes. He didn't dare let them fall, so he crushed himself into a ball in his mind, letting anger evaporate his tears that he had once let fall freely for weeks. Do not grieve in front of me. Thank you.